What is the DNA of the establishment? Think about it. What is the DNA of an establishment? So there's one video that just going viral on YouTube right now. It came out 6 days ago. The opening line is by a very profound professor. I think it's a Berkeley professor. And she says, look, let's face it, Democrats. The hardest task we have is to tell the American people, because we all know we're smarter than everybody else. But the way we have to sell it to them, we have to connect with their hearts. We know we're the ones that are educated. We know the history. They don't. And we know what's right for America. But we have to try to connect with them through emotional, like, what? Talking, I'll text you a video afterwards so you can see it. What are you talking about? Well, the establishment thinks they know what's right for you. By the way, everybody watching this, all of us here, right? All of us, like I'm watching your body language, his body language, we all have a different kind of body language, right? Okay. Some topics we don't give a shit about. Let's face it. Like if somebody starts talking about the art of building a clarinet, you lost me. I'm falling asleep. If you tell me like how to ski down the mountain and it's going to be like, here's how you accelerate to 120 miles an hour. Good for you, bro. I just want to see how you landed. Are you going to fall? Did your back hurt? What happened to you? I want to see the final product, right? Okay. There's three different types of people in the world. There's the oblivious, where, believe it or not, they know the happy stuff. But they also the oblivious. My dad told me the craziest thing at 21 years old. I'm devouring books. We're sitting there at the kitchen. My uncle was sitting over there watching Kings of Comedy with Dale Hubert. He loved Bernie Mac. 2-year-old, 206. Lord, help me babies with these motherfuckers. You know, this whole thing that he would say, put him again. The guy doesn't speak English. Howard doesn't speak English at all. And he's laughing. Tears are coming down his eyes. Listening to Bernie Mac on repeat. I'm like, do you know what he just said? No, but it's fun, right? And my dad points, very monumental moment in my life. He says, look at Albert right there. He says, yeah. See this book? I said, yeah. The more of this you read, the less happy you'll be like him. That's the happiest person I know. And he knows nothing. Yeah. Because he doesn't care. Ignorance is bliss. He just wants to be happy. Yeah. There's a risk when you pick up books. There's a risk there as well. Here, we can actually use our God-given abilities to defend and protect the next generation that comes after us if we have kids. Over there, you're risking that the next generation, your kids, can be controlled by the establishment, because the establishment, they all want the same story. They all think they know what's good for you or not. They all think they know what's the right thing for you to do. You shouldn't do this. You should have this many. You should go do this. Should. They should all of us, right? And rebels don't like the word should. We like the word choice. What I ought to do. Ought has an out. Should doesn't have an out. Should is judgmental. Ought is your choice. Do what you want to do. This is what you ought to do. Well, look, man, it's your decision, bro. Do what you got to do. Here's what you should do, right? Establishment. The anti-establishment is the guy that sits there and says, look, bro, honestly, I was just watching the Laker game until you said that bullshit. Now I got to go read the article to see what the hell you mean by that. No, you're not going to do that to me. I'm not for it. That's literally the anti-establishment audience. Just a bunch of regular guys that just don't like to be bullied. So the anti-establishment is sitting there saying, wait, what do I need to do? Why do I need this score? Why do I need to hire this many people of this? That guy's not good at his job. The other person is. Why would I hire that person? No, because of this. And you know what? Now you push the envelope a little bit too much. I was cool with you. I was chilling with you because I'm typically a guy that can get along with everybody until you start using the word force. Now we have a problem. We're not doing this, bro. What do you want to do? How do you want to handle this? That's kind of where we are today. So the ESG crowd is part of the force crowd. And everybody else is sitting there saying, I don't know. That just doesn't sound right to me.
A lot of what's anti-establishment now, though, previously just establishment. Like, don't you just miss the old establishment? Like, not being able to get married because you're gay is a Christian belief that was forced upon everybody. I don't happen to be Christian. I'm not gay, even though I act like it. But I did grow up in a place where people told me, you're going to hell, you're not Christian. You should go to church. You should. It was forced upon you.
Not part of it.
But a lot of, I'm not saying
I agree with you.
But I'm saying a lot of the people who are pushing back against, hey, this gay shit is not okay.
Yeah.
You just missed the old establishment.
Yeah.
You're not anti-establishment. You're just old establishment.
You're right. So here's what's going on. This is the whole thing where, Elon Musk is like, look, man, I'm telling you, like, Bill Maher's interviewing Elon Musk and says, look, I feel like you and I are kind of in the same situation. We say one thing, everybody says right wing, and I'm not a right wing. I'm a Democrat. I just feel like Bill Maher says, remember that one chart you put up, Elon, where you said, this is me, I've always been here. You guys went further left, and I'm not there. Now, apparently, I'm a libertarian, but I'm not a libertarian. But I am today because of where you guys went. Yes, you're totally right. Like the whole reason why I was an atheist for 25 years, don't freaking give me this judgment stuff. No, I'm going to hell. No problem. I'm going to hell. I'm going to take the risk. And then it became my choice of where I'm going to. And then I said, I actually want to know to see what's going on here. Okay, so what did I do? I went to Church of Scientology. I went to LDS because everybody around me was LDS. I started saying, I should like the fact these guys have all these systems. They do this, they do that. One guy's like, hey, the greatest movie of the year. You got to watch. Maybe this thing's going to win an Oscar. I'm like, oh, shit, tell me, what movie is this? Napoleon Dynamite. Seriously? Yeah. Greatest. This guy's going to win an Oscar. I got to go watch it tonight. I go watch Napoleon Dynamite. I'm like, it's the shittiest movie I've seen all this time. Why is this thing so great? Because the main actor's a Mormon.
Oh,
So I'm like, now I get it.
yeah,
Now I get what you're talking about. You guys are tight. You defend each other. I actually respect that.
yeah,
I wish more of us did it. I wish more Americans were like that.
yeah.
Go support that guy. Go support this guy, right? Like, look what Rogan is doing. He's lifting up all comedians.
So many.
Freaking awesome. Respect to what he's doing, right? So I agree with what you're saying, but today, I think the Christians and the old anti-establishments are kind of coming together and saying, listen, man, here's a mistake we made 30, 40 years ago. And we understand it because we were talking about God doesn't want to judge, yet we judge everybody. And I think here's a mistake these guys are making today, and we're not for that either. And you're like, yeah, bro, honestly, I didn't like you 40 years ago, but I feel like we're kind of on the same team. Now, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? We are, but let's not promote this to everybody because I don't want people to think I'm now pro-church going Christian, but I kind of want to put my kids in private school, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't tell everybody my kids go to a Christian school. I kind of want them to think that they're going to secular. This whole concept that we're playing, I don't know. It's a problem for me, and I feel.
Oh, I don't love what's happening either.
Yeah,
but I think
No, I think your argument is.
and I think maybe it just the anti-establishment now is old establishment, and then the pendulum will swing back,
You nailed it.
and then they're gonna win, and then we're gonna be anti-establishment again. With you guys taking it. It's just a series of overcorrections.
But every correction is an overcorrection. And yeah, so maybe you see that start to swing back. But that's a really interesting theory, the idea of Planned Parenthood and a promotion of LGBTQ as a way to curb population growth and compete with China, who did it effectively, incredibly effectively, with tyranny. You cannot do things with tyranny in America because we have freedom, so you have to manipulate the masses into doing what you want them to do. It is a much more difficult task. But if you manipulate them well, they'll not only do it, they'll be proud of doing it. That'll be their identity.
Pride.
Rather than tricking
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Don't a lot of these companies make money by going a more like a socially progressive route? Is there a financial incentive to it?
Let me ask you a question. How funny are you?
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
You know what I said? You know what I said to him? I said, "Is that guy a comedian? Because he should do something." He said, "No, that guy's a comedian." He opens up. He apparently was a somebody, and then you, and then you, right? Is that did I get it right? Or
Yeah.
is the old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, dude, that guy's funny as shit, right? I'm like, dude, I just felt it. By the way you were, you came, you introduced yourself. I knew your last name. Now I know your first name's Mark. That would have been a lot easier because your first name's easier than the last name. But you know what you just said here? I'm gonna flip it on you, okay, with the money part. Can you force a non-comedian to be a comedian?
Be very difficult.
Okay. Can you force a non-comedian who's a 1 to be a 3? Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Can you make him an 8?
No.
No way you can make him an 8, right? Okay. DeSantis, let's just say we're in his ear. He told one joke yesterday on the live of an hour and 15 minutes. And the joke was a congressman came up about Kentucky saying, I only buy Tesla. And he told a joke about the license plate. I don't know if you heard it. I'm like, okay, he's got jokes.
What was the joke?
It's some joke about, yeah, but you have to see his license plate because he's a guy from Kentucky that has this. It was actually funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, good. They showed a little bit. Use that more often, right? Okay. I think we can probably take DeSantis' charisma. What score you want to give it?
-5.
Okay, let's. I think you can probably take it to 5. I think you can take it to 5, right? Okay, that's great. Now, what if somebody comes in and says, "Listen, guys, this whole flagrant thing you guys are doing, you need to have at least one disabled person part of the cast.
We
You
do.
need to have 2." Okay, that's
Alex is disabled.
great.
Yeah.
Spectrum.
I was about
He's
to
in a
say
wheelchair.
disabled and
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of
oh, we got a double whammy right there. Dude.
I check
the
all
only
boxes.
thing you're missing is
This
you
big
would
Hero.
Well, then you guys are scored away here. But the point is, so let's just say now I could run the comedy club. You're forcing me to put a guy that I have to meet my guidelines.
Mhm.
The guy's not freaking funny.
Yep.
Who's going to show up?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
You can't force me to hire somebody that's not
Why
necessarily
do
going
these
to be
companies
best.
care so much? I don't drink beer because they have a perfect ESG score. Like, I don't understand why the companies
Why
care.
are they adhering to it?
Because if you have a higher ESG score, they'll help you raise money. You'll be able to participate in certain things on the stock market. You know, they removed, you know what's one of the worst ESG scores in America? Which company? Take a wild guess. You'll get it right. I want you to take a wild guess. A crazy CEO they hate now. What company do you think has one of the worst
Amazon.
ESG scores in America? This guy
Fox.
just bought Tesla has one of the worst ESG scores. Are you kidding me? This is the guy like environmental. The guy freaking built a car to clean the environment more than you did. They have a low ESG score. Do you realize the hypocrisy just because they don't like this guy and he doesn't follow their guidelines? Yeah, that's a crock of shit right there. There's no way you can say something like that with this.
Question.
But because the right structure of people are not there, the best part about bad policies is eventually the leaks in your argument, the hypocrisy, the contradiction shows up, and then all the fingers are being pointed back at you. But unfortunately, for that to happen, it takes a couple decades. You can get away with it for a couple decades.
There's a religiosity to wokeness that I think I'm starting to wrap my head around a little bit more lately. I'm just curious about your feeling on this. Is that like, you know, when you act in like a pious way and you believe in the teachings of whatever God you choose, it removes some guilt about the way that you interface with the world. You can feel better about yourself. It removes some anxiety. If there's things out of your control and you put your belief in God, it removes that horrible feeling of like, what if I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow? What would happen to me? What would happen to my family? A little bit of it. And that's why I think that, you know, God can be this amazing force in people's lives, and religion can as well. It literally can provide comfort, right? Emotional comfort, right? I wonder if subscribing to woke ideology does the same thing in that, like, if you realistically want to give every human being in the first world a score, we would score a 0. Right? The phones are all made by slaves with the fucking cobalt mines, and the outfits are all made by sweatshop work, and the sneakers are this, and the oil is from
What a
some war.
point.
Right? So it's like, but if I do 0.1% better, right, which is woke, if I put up a flag, or if I recycle my straw, if I do 0.1%, like literally now I went from a 0 to just a 1% on this scale. I'm still 99% horrible, but that 1% allows me to remove all the guilt and anxiety. I'm a good person in this world, and I wonder if that's why people have a religiosity about it. I felt horrible about my contribution to the negativity of being a first world citizen in a place like America, but this removes me from that, and now I can exist in my day.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
It's a what?
coping mechanism in a way.
Yeah. I think the other part is also guilt. They're making you feel guilt. And even more importantly is, you know how you sit in a room? Like, for example, if we walk downstairs, I saw a guy skateboard, the guy had a camera trying to get this clip. Real good place here, by the way, sick place. And we see a guy slap a girl in the face. Okay? And I'm like, oh shit. Well, listen, told not to do anything. And then he slaps her in the face again. And one of us says, well, probably you caught her cheating. Okay. And then he punches her in the stomach. Okay, great. But if you do get involved and you touch, a new law's out. If you get involved in a marital dispute, you go to jail for 5 years. Okay? Let's just say something like this exists. Okay? Then you're like, well, I mean, look, I got to follow the laws. So I'm just not going to do anything. But you not doing anything, is that the right thing to do? No. What is the natural thing to do? It's like, hey, bro, honestly, dude, I don't know what's going on. Dude, I get it. I've been through a bad relationship. Can I just, here, bro, let's go for a walk. I'm so sorry. Can you do that? Andrew, can you talk to her?
Yeah.
Can I talk to you? What's your name, and where are you from? Where you seem like a nice guy. What happened to you? You know what the fuck? I caught her. I just totally get it, bro. We've all gone through it. Tell me, kid, that's what naturally we're all going to do.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So some of the stuff today's going on, I believe, in our mind, we say this. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, bro. There's kids watching transgenders dancing drag queens. Why, bro? I've gone to a drag queen show when I was freaking 22. totally fine. I freaking laughed my ass out. It was hilarious.
Hilarious.
5 years old, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't want to say anything because my score's going to be done with the people I'm working with.
I
Oh,
think
shit.
5-year-olds belong in non-drag comedy
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like a little. But you know, you have to be abnormal to think that's normal. So all people are saying right now, that's a little bit abnormal. Okay, say you have your kid, and your 9-year-old kid comes to my house, and we're hanging out, and your son, you're like, hey, Pat, I want my son to get closer to because I want him to be a better business guy. And I say, hey, Junior, yeah, what's up? Do you know how boys have sex with boys? You're like, I don't say anything because Pat's got a high ESG score. You're going to be like, Pat, I'm sorry. What are you doing, bro? Look, I'm teaching the guy he has to know his options. Maybe he's gay. What are you getting upset about? Your daughter, do you know how girls, you're going to say, dude, can I ask you a question? What's that? Talk about business all you want. Unless if I tell you to straighten out my kids and talk about this topic, because I gave you the permission, don't ever talk about that with my kids ever again. It made me very uncomfortable. He's right. We should not debate that topic. It's between the father and his kid. He gives me permission of what to talk to his kid about. It's his responsibility, not mine. So for us to sit there and say, yeah, but you know, this is a village. This is how we grew up. And it's our children. No. If it's our children, I want you to change every diaper on the kid moving forward. I want you to pay the bills on everything. I want you to go out there and do every time they're sick and all the snot that came over me. And I was sick for a week and I still had to make the food. And I still have to go through this. And my dad was not doing well health-wise. My marriage was in shambles. I was going through a bad financial situation. Why don't you take all those responsibilities? Then it's your kid. And I want you to give birth to the child. Matter of fact, I want you to get pregnant, but it's our kid, but you raise it. Can we do that? Here's the sperm. You get pregnant. You go through the pain for 40 weeks. You go to the hospital. You pay all the bills. Yeah, you're right. It's your kid. I'm sorry. It's just my sperm, but it's your kid. Unless if we're doing that, it's my kid. Pump the brakes. Step back. Listen, I'll give you a crazy funny story here. We're in the army. Okay. And
This guy,
I like the line.
I didn't